to your English class. So, today we are going to talk about the past. Okay? So, estoy en el presente y necesito mirar hacia el pasado. ¿Va? So, we are going to start reading this story. There you go. And then we are going to check on the tenses, right? So, please. First, it says, story. Maria had visited her grandmother before she was departing to Mexico. When Maria was driving on her way to Mexico, her car ran out of gas and she could not continue. Okay? So now, give me a minute and we are going to check on the tenses, okay? So guys, first we are going to check on the verbs, the actions, okay? So here I have one action, visited, then I have departing, then I have driving, there we go, then we have run, and then we have continue, okay? There we go guys. So, here we have the actions, but we need to think about the tenses, okay? So let's check here. This is one sentence. Vamos a elegir cuál es la primera oración y vamos a trabajar en ella, okay? So, this is the first sentence. Maria had visited her grandmother. This is the first sentence, okay? If you can notice, we have the subject, we have auxiliary had, okay, for past perfect. Then we have verb in participle. Okay, remember this. We have subject, auxiliary had every time. She had, he had, they had, we have, I had. Okay, the verb in participle. So, what is a verb in participle? ¿Qué es un verbo en participle? Okay, so you are going to take your book. You guys are going to take your book and you are going to check on the last page, okay? So you're going to check on the list. Here you have one list of verbs, okay? If you want to write past perfect sentences, you need to use had, auxiliary, and you need to use the verbs in participle. I mean, la última línea. Si van a usar pasado perfecto, deben usar el auxiliar had y el verbo de la tercera línea de participios, okay? Then, we are going to keep checking. So we have, this is the first sentence, this is past perfect. Then I'm going to show you the timeline, okay? Then it says, before she was, so now there is another sentence, she was departing to Mexico. She was departing to Mexico. Look here, we have depart as a verb. This is the verb. And then we have ing, departing, ing at the end. But before the verb, we have the auxiliary was, okay? And we have the subject. So if you want to write in past continuous, si quieres escribir en pasado continuo, you need subject, auxiliary was or were, depending on the person, right? If you use was, I was, she was, he was, it was. If you use were, you use they were, we were, you were, okay? Then you have subject, auxiliary was or were, and you have the verb with ing, okay? When we talk about past continuous, cuando hablamos acerca del pasado continuo, es cuando era el pasado y estoy contando algo que hacía en el pasado o que hice en el pasado, ¿ok? Pero eso ya se terminó. Right. Then we go to the next sentence. Maria was driving on her way. Right? This is the other sentence. So this is the sentence number 2 and this is the sentence number 3. Okay, guys? So here we have Maria was driving on her way. Maria, subject, was auxiliary. Driving, here I have the verb and then I have ing. Driving. Okay? Good job, guys. Then it says, Maria was driving on her way to Mexico, comma. Her car ran out of gas. Look at this sentence, another sentence, otra oración. Her car ran out of gas. There we have the sentence number 4. So we have, her car ran out of gas. We have the subject, her car, el sujeto, su carro. Then we have the verb in simple past. Aquí nos están contando que su carro se quedó sin gasolina. No nos está diciendo que se había quedado sin gasolina ni que se está quedando sin gasolina. Nos dijeron se le quedó sin gasolina, ¿ok? Y eso es pasado, se quedó sin gasolina. So, para usar pasado simple, lo que tenemos que usar es subject, her car, and the verb is in simple past. ¿Cómo sabemos cómo es un verbo en simple past? Where can I find them? Okay, so you go to the list and you look for the second line. La línea a la mitad donde dice past simple is the one that you are going to use to choose the verbs. Okay, ustedes eligen los verbos de pasado simple de la línea de la mitad y los de pasado perfecto de acá. Okay, so now, as we already check on this, como ya chequeamos esto, we are going to start working on the tenses. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so now we are going to start with the timeline. Yes, we are going to organize Maria's story. Vamos a organizar la historia de María en un timeline. Okay, so here I have timeline. This is a timeline, so you have one line, then you have one arrow, and then you have the second arrow. Okay, there we go. So this arrow will be the future. Okay, and this here will be the present. There we go. The future is coming. Now, the present is here. Now, this is the present, 2020. Okay? So, present and future. And then I need to go back. I want to go back into the past. Okay? But in the past, we have different stages. Tenemos diferentes pedacitos en el pasado. Okay? So, we are going to think about María. So, let's think about María. She said she was driving her car, right? Because she was going to Mexico. Ella dijo que estaba manejando su carro porque iba para México. That was past simple, right? Tenemos past simple, I ran yesterday, yo corrí ayer, or I was running yesterday, okay? So we have past simple and we also have past simple continuous. Okay, there we go. So we have future, present, and we have past. Okay, I was driving, I drove. Okay, yo manejé, yo estaba manejando. We have two options. And then we go to the other past. Okay, this is the past. Okay, this is present, past, and past. So I have different stages. Tengo diferentes tiempos en el pasado. So I'm going to check here. And this will be the past perfect. Alright, guys? So you need to have into account two things, okay? You have present and you have different stages in past. Tienes diferentes tiempos en el pasado. Second, if you want to write in simple past or past perfect, you need to use the verb list, okay? If you want to use past perfect or past simple, you need to use this, okay? The list with the verbs. Remember, we use the third line for past perfect and we use the second line for simple past, okay? So I'm going to show you each tense and the characteristics, okay? So let's erase here. And we are going to start talking about past simple and past simple continuous, okay? So remember, for past simple, you guys need to use different things. You need to have negatives, you need to have positives, and you need to have questions, right? Okay, so let's do it. Simple past, and then we have past continuous. Right? Then let's do this. We are going to start checking on how to write in simple past and how to write in past continuous. Easy peasy, guys. So you need to take into account. For simple past, we have positive sentences. Positive sentences, guys. So, she was alone. This is the main verb. Main verb. El verbo principal es was, estuvo, estaba. Este es el pasado de el verb to be, para ella. Okay? If I want to talk about they or we, so we need to use they were alone. Okay? So you guys need to pay attention to the past of the verbs. Okay? So this will be for they, you, and we. Okay? They were, you were, and we were. Okay? And then we use was for she, he, it, and I. Okay? So we use she was, I was, it was, he was. Okay? Right, guys? Okay. Then we have negative questions. The only thing that I need to have into account is the auxiliary. For simple past, our auxiliary is did. Okay, we just have the auxiliary did. So you're going to use the auxiliary did for negatives and questions. Okay? So let's do it here, right here. There we go. And then we're going to check on the negative. The only thing you need to do is you need to add the auxiliary and the word not. Okay? So let's do it. She did not sleep. Okay? She did not sleep. O puedo decir they did not sleep. Okay, this is another example. So we can use she did not sleep. This is the negative. Or they did not sleep. Okay, if you want, you can do it like this. You can just use the contraction, okay, if you want. Then we are going to talk about questions. Well, this is easy peasy lemon squeezy. The only thing you need to do is you need to use auxiliary first. So, did, then you need to use the subject, they, and then you need to use the verb. But as you can see here, this verb is in present simple. El verbo aquí está normal, ¿ok? O sea, yo aquí no le estoy cambiando el verbo a pasado. ¿Por qué no le cambio el verbo pasado acá, acá o acá, teacher? ¿Por qué? ¿Cómo así? Claro, porque yo ya estoy usando el auxiliar did. Recuerden que en las negativas y en las preguntas usamos el auxiliar, ¿verdad? Y como ya tengo el auxiliar, no le tengo que cambiar la palabra, la dejo normal, ¿sí? ¿Ok? Pero si fuera la oración de esta en positiva sería she slept. Esa es la positive, right? La positiva. ¿Por qué? Porque tengo sujeto, mi verbo en pasado simple y después mi complemento. Okay? So you gotta pay attention to this. Pay attention to the auxiliary. You use the auxiliaries for negatives and question, just for that. Okay? Solo usan auxiliares para la negación y para la pregunta, ¿verdad? Okay. Now we are going to check on past continuous. In past continuous, you just need to use one auxiliary for she, he, it. Okay, you are going to use was and were. Here, estos son verbos acá. En simple past son verbos porque tenemos ella estaba sola, ellos estaban solos. Pero aquí lo vamos a usar este y este como un auxiliar. Okay? So, for example, positive. She was driving. Yeah? Like Maria. Remember? She was driving. Look here, guys. You have subject. Then you have the auxiliary was. And then you have the verb. But you need to add ing. Okay? Guys, if you add ing to the actions, si agregan ing a las acciones, necesitamos agregarle una letrica más en un caso específico. Pay attention. Run. I was running. Look here. I have the verb. I have the auxiliary for I was. I was running. I need to add another N, ing. Profe, pero ¿por qué agrego esa N más? ¿Para qué agrego eso? You need to use double N. Tienen que doblarle la última letrica. Porque, chicos, fíjense acá. En esta palabra run tenemos consonante, vocal, consonante. Cuando las palabras terminan en consonante, vocal, consonante, si le quiero agregar ing, le tengo que doblar la última letrica. Okay? You need to double the last letter, right? So you need to pay attention on it. Okay. So we have positive, now we are going with negative. Okay? So here you are going to use the auxiliary to do the negation, right? So you are going to do like this. She was not, there you go, driving. And you use the verb as this, okay? El verbo normal. Then you want to make questions. So you write, here you write, for questions, remember. Antes, para empezar una oración de pregunta, siempre tenemos que usar el auxiliar primero. Entonces, ¿cuál usaríamos acá? ¿Qué auxiliar? Which auxiliary should I use for the question? Well, if the auxiliary here is did, and I use did here, and my auxiliary here is was or were, I need to use the was or were. Necesito usar was or were para iniciar la pregunta, porque esos son mis auxiliares. Pero lo uso depende de la persona. If it is she, he, it, or I, or if it is they, you, and we. Okay? So, example. Was auxiliary, she, subject, driving, verb with ing, verbo con ing, okay? So easy peasy, guys. Just pay attention to it and you're gonna get it, okay? Okay, now we are going to talk about past perfect. Remember, we have the timeline. That is the future, this is the present, 2020, that is the past, okay? If I go to the past, 2019, but I can go back, okay? So yo puedo ir más hacia atrás. Cuando voy más hacia atrás del pasado lo llamo past perfect, okay? So we're talking about it. Past perfect, guys. Easy. What do you need for this? You guys need to go, I already told you, you need to go to your book, you need to look for the list, and check on the past participle verbs, okay? Here, for past perfect, you are going to use past participle verbs, the third line, okay? Third line. Then, so you go, past perfect. Let's remember the sentence about Maria. Maria had visited, pay attention on this, her grandmother. Her grandmother. Okay? María había visitado a su abuelita. María had visited her mother before she went to Mexico. Antes de irse a México el año pasado, María había visitado a su abuela. Okay? So, you need to check on this, guys. We need to have positive sentences, right? So, we need positive sentences. So, you're going to write the positive. For the positive sentence, you need first subject. Then you need auxiliary had. You are going to use auxiliary had for everyone, okay? So you go, she had, we had, they had, I had, right? You have, he had, okay? So you're going to use the auxiliary had for all the people, everyone. So you will have he had, you had, I had, they had, we had, she had, okay? So remember, you use this auxiliary for everyone. And then you need the verb in past participle plus the complement. Okay? Easy. Then we go with negatives. What do you need for negatives? The auxiliary. Remember, you need for the negatives and the questions the auxiliary. Every time you want to write a question or you want to write a negative, you need to use the auxiliary. Which is the auxiliary? ¿Cuál es nuestro auxiliar acá? Had. Good. Nuestro auxiliar es had, ¿cierto? Y para hacer preguntas y respuestas en todos los tiempos necesito el auxiliary, right? So, let's check. It says, María had visited her grandmother. ¿Cómo la podríamos hacer negativa? ¿Cómo hago esto negativo? Fácil. So, subject, auxiliary, not, always. For negation, had not. Then you have the verb, and then you have the complement. Ta, 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 ta. Okay? That is the negative. And then we go with the questions. So, for questions, guys, you need to write auxiliary first. So first, the auxiliary had who? ¿Quién? María. So, had María visited her grandmother? Okay? So, there we go. What is missing? ¿Qué nos está faltando? ¿Qué nos estará faltando en esta pregunta? ¿Qué será? El question mark, okay? Remember, if you have questions, you need the question mark at the end, al final. Okay, guys? So, this is all for today, right? I want you to go to your book, okay? Take your book on reference guide. So you go to your reference guide here. And you are going to step on the page 16. Okay, so you go to reference guide, page 16, and here you are going to find information about this. Van a encontrar información sobre lo que expliqué. Okay, so it says past simple, continuous, and perfect. You are going to read, van a leerlo, van a ver el video y van a tomar notas de cada tiempo. Okay, you are going to take notes from each tense. ¿Por qué? Porque eso lo vamos a necesitar para la clase sincrónica. You are going to use this information and this information in your synchronous class. Okay, so please read, guys, take notes, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye.